many shows as I've done this year so far. But a thank you to Sam Clark for holding it down in my absence last week on the program. Got a few text messages from people worried that the show had disappeared or the music had changed, but reggae music staying in this time slot for a while to come. A big thank you as well to DJ Lady Soul for the last 2 hours here on PBS. And of course, can't go any further without paying respects to the people of the Kulin Nations, original inhabitants and custodians of the lands on which we're broadcasting here from PBS in Collingwood. I'll be with you until 7 p.m. tonight. Paying tribute to the great Mighty Diamonds, one of the greatest of all the Jamaican vocal trios, one of the great Jamaican groups, has sadly come to an end, really. It's, if you haven't heard the reggae news for the last couple of weeks, you might not have heard that not only Donald Tabby Diamond passed away, but also Fitzroy Bunny Diamond, Fitzroy Simpson, passed away 3 days later. Absolute tragedy for the Mighty Diamonds, and yet another senseless killing in Jamaica. March 29, Tabby was killed. He was only 66. He's the lead singer of the Mighty Diamonds, and he was gunned down. I can't call it a drive-by shooting. I believe it was a ride-by shooting. I think the gunman was actually riding a bicycle. Tabby was standing on the street outside or near his home on McKinley Crescent in Western Kingston, and he and another man, Owen Beckford, were killed when the gunman rode past and shot them both. It's been reported that Tabby's killing was a reprisal for a murder committed by his son, Jamali Shaw, who apparently is the leader of the McKinley Crescent gang in Kingston, and he's in jail at the moment. So it sounds like Tabby was in the firing line in retaliation. And then Bunny Diamond, aka Fitzroy Simpson, passed away at the age of 71 just a few days later, succumbing to complications from diabetes. I believe he'd had COVID not long before as well. That just leaves Judge Diamond Ferguson as the last surviving member of the Mighty Diamonds. So I'll be paying respects to this, one of my favourite groups in all the Jamaican music. It's going to be hard for me to squeeze in all the tunes I want to play. I also got to squeeze in some new music as well. Brand new Chronics, Leela Ike, Luton Fire, Coffee, just to name a few. But at least an hour of Mighty Diamonds before we get there. Taking it right now to one of the early ones. A beautiful tune called Shame and Pride. The Mighty Diamonds, recording at Channel 1 Studio. Right here on PBS, Babylon Burning with Jesse I.
Something seems to be wrong. But oh no, you didn't understand. Oh no, you didn't. Jah done for you. You should be thankful for Jah love so true. Jah bless the dreadlocks who true to his word. Jah bless the dreadlocks who praise his name. You should be grateful for what Jah done for you. All he has, all that he can give. Jah bless the dreadlocks in a Babylon. Jah bless the dreadlocks who understand. No man can do no more than his time. Just as a dreadlocks, I just play it cool. Got to forward to a land where we all belong. Jah bless the dreadlocks in this time. Jah bless the dreadlocks in a Babylon. What Jah done for you. You should be thankful for Jah love so true.
Yeah, mixing into the dubwise of this one. Like I said, there's a lot of these tunes I want to get in today. This is an early one for the Mighty Diamonds, recorded for the producer Bunny Lee, who of course passed away last year. An early one from them called You Should Be Thankful, aka Jah Bless the Dreadlocks. Following on from Shame and Pride before that, another early one for them. That's not the original version though. They first cut that for the producer Jar Lloyd. Very, very similar. I don't own that 7-inch, so I had to play that version from the classic Right Time LP. You're going to be hearing a lot more from that in just a minute. But almost identical versions. They're singing a little bit different from Tabby on the original though, from 1973. It was after they recorded that one for Jar Lloyd. He was frustrated that he couldn't really sell as many of those records as he thought it deserved. He lacked a proper distribution network. And he said that's when he decided he had to take them to Jojo Hu Kim at Channel 1 Records. Channel 1, one of the dominant studios in Jamaica at this time, the mid-70s. And that's when the Mighty Diamonds really took off. I'm going to play a whole heap from this album, Right Time. Released on the Virgin Frontline record label in 1976. I think a lot of the recording done in 75. And this is one of those albums that I always come back to, or would always, if I didn't put it in my top 10 LPs of all time, it would definitely be in consideration. And I had a hard time narrowing down tunes from it. I think I'm probably going to play most of the album in this next hour, starting with a couple cuts from not only on that album but also on the Virgin Frontline LP. I picked this one up at Salvation Army store in Shepparton back in 1995, I think it was, for $2, which fit my budget as a high school student at the time. And there were two standouts from the Mighty Diamonds on this LP. I'm going to play them both, starting with the tune called Africa. Mighty Diamonds at their finest, recording at Channel 1 Studios in the mid-70s. Coming in right here on 106.7 PBS FM.
Calling us home. So long we have been a slave and no more will we roam. So I hope and I pray that the day will come when we see the rising sun. When no more crying, nor victimizing, no more starving. those chains. All my people was in slavery time and time ago. Oh, I know that one day when the right time comes, so easily, then we would see no more crying, no victimizing, no more starvation, no more, yeah, yeah. Us home. So long we have been a slave and no more will we roam. So I hope and I pray that today will come when we see the rising sun. Oftentimes I sit right down and I remember those chains. All my people was in slavery time and time and time again. Oh, I hope and pray when the right time comes, so easily you will see